Okay, everybody. This is the next episode of The Unknown Cook. And as that name implies, you will not see me on screen, and I'm using a device to disguise my voice. Today's recipe is going to be my homemade Southwest pizza. Now, to make this, there's a number of ingredients that we're going to need. First thing, I know how some people are purists, okay? And they want to make everything from scratch. Otherwise, they didn't really make the pizza, right? Well, are you going to make the flour? I mean, do you have your yard growing with wheat on it? And you're going to make the flour? And then you've got, you've got cows, and you're going to make the milk, and you're going to make the butter, and you're going to make whatever else you need in order to make the dough that you're going to use as your pizza crust. And you've got, You've got olive trees growing in your yard so that you can pick the olives. Come on, give me a break. All right? So, yes, I'm making homemade pizza, but no, I'm not making the sauce. I'm not making the pizza crust. I'm not making the olives. I'm not growing my own mushrooms. I'm taking the ingredients that I need for a really great tasting pizza and just assembling them. So if you want to call that not cooking a pizza, not making a pizza homemade myself, you go right ahead. But as far as I'm concerned, it's my homemade Southwest pizza. You don't like it? Lump it. Okay? So, the ingredients that we're going to need for this. First thing is the pizza crust, which I am not going to make. Instead, I buy it. And I will show you exactly what I'm going to be using. I made one of these last night. I think it was last night. It was either last night or the night before. I think it was the night before. Today's Sunday, so that means I made it Friday night. And it comes, the pizza crust package I bought comes with 2 crusts. So I already made one, and rather than have this go to waste, I'm going to go ahead and make another one today. So, here is what I'm using. I'm sure you can see that. It's Mama Mary's stone-fired brick oven style pizza crust. They're square rather than round. They taste good. I like them. And this is what it looks like. See if I can get a good image of it here. There we go. I've got it on a baking sheet that I've covered with aluminum foil. What I usually just call tin foil because I'm an old timer. Okay. Also, for my recipe, you're going to need this, which is, can I get a good picture of this? Porcini infused olive oil. The brand is Monini. Cholula chili garlic hot sauce. DeLallo brand pizza sauce, pizzeria style. This stuff tastes pretty good. Kind of I don't know what kind of pizza you like, but when I get pizza from a pizza place, I don't much care for Papa John's. I don't much care for Pizza Hut. I like Domino's. I'm a Domino's person. And this pizza sauce kind of reminds me of Domino's pizza. Then you need Mamacita's red pepper sauce, or hot pepper sauce. And it uses Labuyo peppers. That's going to be hard to find. Unless you've got a store, an Asian grocery store that sells Filipino foods, you're going to have a hard time finding Mamacita's. You'll probably have to find someplace online that you can get it from. Then I'm going to be using Lindsay sliced black olives. This is a 2 1/4 ounce can. Gee, I apologize, my throat's been bothering me. Spice Islands Herbes de Provence, a little bit of that. some garlic powder. I usually prefer Spice Islands, but I don't have any right now, so I'm using McCormick. Then going to be using some anchovy stuffed green olives. Now I know what some of you are probably saying. Anchovies? Oh my god, I hate anchovies. Well, let me ask you a question. Have you actually ever eaten any anchovies? I mean, you sound like a bunch of kids. You know, they never even tasted it, and they hear the word, and automatically it's like, ew, I don't like anchovies. So this is what I'm using. Reese Manzanilla olives stuffed with minced anchovy. And let me tell you, that's not a lot of anchovy that's in each little tiny olive. So it's not like you're eating, you know, anchovy fillets that a pizza parlor has laid onto the pizza. It's just little pieces that were inside each olive, and it gives the pizza a bit of a tang. So it's not overpowering. You'll probably barely taste it, but you'll taste it just a little bit, just enough, like I said, to give the pizza a tang. And then last ingredient is mushrooms. Baby Bella mushrooms, or you can use portobello mushrooms, but baby bellas are less expensive. So the first thing I'm going to do, open up this bottle of porcini infused olive oil, and see if I can do this now. Try and make it so you can see it while I'm able to at the same time try and control the flow of the oil. Alright, and then I'm going to brush the oil across the pizza crust. Try and get a nice light coating of olive oil on the pizza crust. This was something that I didn't know about for a long time. And I learned about it just a little while ago, and it really does make a difference, especially when the pizza's cooking. Because the last thing you want is for the crust to be overdone, dried out, hard. Thin crusts tend to get that way, but this really does a nice job of keeping the crust relatively soft and chewy. So it really works. Glad I found out about it. Alright, so we've now got a nice light coating of olive oil on this crust. Next thing that we're going to do is put the sauce on. And I only have half a bottle of sauce left, so I'm going to have to spread it pretty thin. Alright, so there we go. I'm hoping you can see this. It's difficult to hold the camera, make sure the camera's aimed properly, and try and put the ingredients on at the same time. What I'm going to do is try and carefully pour this out all over the pizza, and then I'll take a spoon and I'll spread it around. This is actually a little bit less than half a bottle, and it took slightly more than half a bottle when I made the other pizza, so I'm actually a little short on sauce. Try and get as much out of this bottle as I can. Some people are probably saying, Jesus, how much sauce are you gonna put on it? That's too much. Hey, you make your pizza your way, I'll make it my way. I like the sauce. To me, the sauce is what makes the pizza. The sauce and all the little doodads that you add to the pizza. That's what makes the pizza, you know? The toppings and the sauce, not the crust. Alright, so now we'll start spreading this stuff. I always use the bottom of the spoon because that works best. I try and get the sauce right up, pretty much right to the edge, as close as I can. Like I said, I like for the sauce to be thick. I like to taste the sauce. For me, that's one of the best parts of the pizza, is the sauce. I don't want it running off the edge. Just want it right up to the edge. I can't watch through the viewfinder of the camera constantly. I wonder if I can turn the viewfinder. Oh, there we go. Perfect. I didn't even know I could do that with this camera. Now I can see what I'm doing through the viewfinder. Move this over here. Yeah, some spilled off. That was the one thing I didn't want to have happen. Oh, there's one ingredient I forgot too, or actually two. I left them in the refrigerator. I'll show them to you in a minute. But I can tell you what they are. One is sliced pepperoni. And for this pizza, I will be using Hormel. It comes in a little bag-like packet. And then I'll be using sliced pork sausage. Should be sliced Italian, or not sliced, I mean crumbled. Crumbled Italian sausage. But for some reason, the grocery store didn't have it anymore. They also didn't have ground beef crumbles either, because I usually put ground beef on this too. But all they had was pork sausage crumbles, you know, like the stuff you use for breakfast sausage. And like they took breakfast sausage, cooked it, cut it up into crumbles, and put it in a bag. But it still tasted good. Not as good as Italian sausage. Not as good as having both Italian sausage and ground beef, but pizza still tasted good. Alright, that's it for the sauce. Since we're done with the spoon, God, I got a sink full of dishes. I gotta get the dishes washed tonight. And this time I've already got the oven preheated. So, we're all set there. The next step is to sprinkle some herbs de Provence on the pizza. Problem here is I don't have one of those little plastic covers that has the little holes in it. So I gotta be really careful about sprinkling this stuff. Don't want too much on here. I hope that's good enough right there. Next we'll do the garlic powder. What I'd rather do, I'll show you what I've got here. This is the way I would rather do it, but I need a special kind of bottle. I would rather spray it with a small spray bottle that has this in it. Reese garlic juice. Put some Reese garlic juice in a little spray bottle and then spray some garlic juice all over the pizza. But I don't have a little spray bottle, so what we're going to do is just shake out some garlic powder onto the sauce. Not a lot, just a very light sprinkle. That should be good. Alright, now next comes the pepperoni. So I'll get out the pepperoni and the sausage. Like I said, the pepperoni is Hormel, pre-sliced, the original one. I'm using a 6-ounce bag. There it is, Hormel original pepperoni. And then for the sausage, I'm using Jimmy Dean. Jimmy Dean fully cooked original pork sausage crumbles. So first comes the pepperoni. Now this I can't really show you as I'm doing it. It's too difficult. What I'm going to do is take slices of the pepperoni out of the bag and lay them onto the pizza. What I will do is I will show you what it looks like after I've put the pepperoni on there. That's going to be a little bit easier for me to do. I put it 6 slices of pepperoni one way by 5 slices of pepperoni the other way, for a total of 30 slices of pepperoni on the pizza. Show you what it looks like right now so far and you'll get an idea. There we go. You can see how I've got 6 slices of pepperoni, and when I go across this way there'll be 5 of those columns there. It's nice if you have somebody that can help you do this, because it doesn't take as long then. An extra set of hands laying out the pepperoni really helps. But you can do it yourself. It just takes a little longer. Almost done. Three more slices of pepperoni. There we go. And there isn't much pepperoni left, so that actually worked out pretty good. Alright, so this is what it looks like when it's all the pepperoni's on there. You can see that. 6 slices up, 5 slices across, 30 slices. Next step is to put the Jimmy Dean pork sausage on. In this case, I just grab a handful of sausage and I just sprinkle it on, trying to get it all over the pizza. And if I had ground beef crumbles, I'd be doing the same thing with the ground beef crumbles once the sausage crumbles are in place. And you don't have to put any specific amount of sausage crumbles on here. You can put just a little bit, you can put a lot. How much you put really doesn't make a difference. Just do it to your taste. If you really like sausage, put on a lot of sausage. If you really like ground beef, put on a lot of ground beef. If you really like pepperoni, put more pepperoni than I do. Of course, I like pepperoni, but I don't want the pizza completely covered by pepperoni. So, this is about what I think is about right coverage for the pork crumbles. Alright, so now the next step is to put the black olives. I always put those next. I need to rinse my hand off. Which reminds me, something I usually try to remember to do at the beginning of each one of these videos is to remind people, make sure before you start doing this that you wash your hands. And then when you're done, wash your hands again, because you don't know what's on the food that you've been handling. Though I doubt that in this case there's much danger, but still, it's a good idea. Before you start handling the food, you wash your hands, and then when you're done, wash your hands again. Don't play games with people's health. Keep things safe. Okay, so now we'll try to open up this can of Lindsay olives. I hate this company. They do a rotten job with these little tabs of theirs. The tabs usually end up breaking off, and then I have to use an electric can opener to get the stupid cans open. What I should do is send them a complaint. Tell them they got a real problem with their manufacturing process. Alright, now we'll use this entire can of black olives. And we'll do it the same way we did the crumbled pork. Just stick my hand in the can, grab some olives, and put the olives on the pizza. This can's kind of small, so it's a little difficult to get black olives into my hand. So the further I get into the can, the easier it is to get a hold of the black olives. A little bit of black olives left in the can. waste anything. I want to get all these black olives out of here. It's getting a little difficult to get them out with one hand. Coming out one at a time. What I probably should have done was taken them out and dumped them into a bowl so that they'd already be ready. Alright, so there we are with the black olives. You can see the black olives on there. Next step is the green olives with the anchovies. These I already have taken out of the, I've already taken them out of the jar. I've already sliced them up in half and set them on a paper plate. So these will be much easier for me to get and spread around. And I don't think I showed you the jar. I'll do that as soon as I get these on here. Okay, that's the green olive. Rinse my hand off again before I get that jar. I don't know, I may have shown it to you already or not, I just don't remember. So, if I did, excuse me for doing it again. Okay, so that's them. Reese, manzanilla olives, stuffed with mince anchovy, and now I know I did it once already. So, you've seen it twice now. I love those things. They are just delicious. Get rid of this empty can of the black olives. I like to keep my workspace as clean as I possibly can. Next is the baby bella mushrooms. These will be even easier to spread. Now, ordinarily what I would do is I would make my sauteed mushrooms using portobello mushrooms and possibly baby bella mushrooms as well in order to save on cost. And once I've made my sauteed mushrooms, that would be what I would put on this pizza. That's the way I normally do it. But I'm just not up to having to make my sauteed mushrooms and make the pizza. And I need some more mushrooms, and I've got them here in the bag, but I haven't broken them up yet. So I'm going to set the camera down, point it towards the mushrooms. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I'm breaking up little pieces of baby bella mushrooms. Some of them are small enough I don't need to break them. I'm a big mushroom lover. All kinds of mushrooms. I'd like to be able to say I even like the blue mushrooms. But I've never tried those. Probably a good thing too, because knowing how unlucky I am, I'd probably get caught and end up going to jail. Alright, that should be enough mushrooms right there. Let me rinse off my hands again. For those of you that don't know what I mean by blue mushrooms, they're the mushrooms that contain psilocybin, which is a psychedelic drug, and are illegal. You know, about as illegal as hell. I think, don't know, maybe. I was going to say, I think there might be a Native American tribe that's allowed to use them in their ceremonial rituals, the religious rituals. I think that's peyote, not mushrooms. But no, I've never tried the psychedelic mushrooms. In fact, I've never used any illegal drug. Well, that's the truth. That includes marijuana, no matter how popular marijuana is, and I don't care if other people use it. But I've never used it. I don't even smoke cigarettes. I'd say I kind of live a life that's not too much different from a monk. And it's not by choice either. I mean, I do have a few vices, but it seems like I'm rarely able to indulge them. Drinking's not one of them either. I mean, there are some things that maybe once every few years I might have stuff that I like, but I rarely ever consume. I mean, I like Bailey's Irish Cream. That's good. But I rarely drink any alcohol whatsoever. Now, I got quite a bar here. Got a lot of nice items here. But they're all full. Almost every one is a full bottle that's virtually never been touched. Alright, so we got almost all the toppings on. What's left is the hot sauce, the 2 hot sauces, and the cheese. Now, what's going to be different about this pizza that I call my Southwest pizza, and that's why I call it Southwest, because of the hot sauces and the cheese. There's no mozzarella going on this pizza. Nothing. Instead, it's all cheddar cheese. Extra sharp cheddar cheese from Sargento. Actually, right now, all I have is sharp. I prefer extra sharp. And sometimes I'll take another cheese. I've got a cheese that comes from a company. I don't know the name of the company, but the brand that they have put on their cheese is called Cracker Top. And they make a flavor called cheddar and salami. They make another one called tomato and basil, but it also is a cheddar cheese and it has salami in it too. It just also has tomato and basil in it. Both of those are really good. And what I like to do is take one of those and using a manual cheese shredder, shred it up into shreds, and then use some of that. Mix some of that with the Sargento cheddar cheese and put it on here. And I have some of that cheese, but I'm not in the mood to shred it up. So, the next step is the Cholula hot sauce. I'm going to put that on. And that I usually add fairly liberally. Only this bottle doesn't have all that much in it, so I'm not sure exactly how much I can put, but it's the hot peppers and the cheddar cheese, the black olives. It's the ingredients that I use. That's the reason I call it my Southwest pizza. Okay, I think that's good. Now this Cholula chili garlic hot sauce is really good. It tastes excellent. But it's not very hot. And I want to spice it up a bit. So that's why I add some of the Mamacitas. Now this stuff you have to go easy on. This stuff is pretty hot. So unless you're used to really hot foods, you want to take it easy with this stuff. You don't want to put too much on. Just a few drops all around the pizza. That's good. Alright. I'm going to put the olive oil. Whoops. I almost knocked the camera down. Put the olive oil away. A little hard to reach. And put the herbs away. And put the Cholula and the Mamacitas away. Get the cheese. Luckily, I've got a couple of new ones. Because the one that was already opened, I used up on the other pizza. Should put that garlic powder away too. I'll do that right now. Okay, so now we'll put the Sargento sharp, off the block sharp cheddar cheese onto the pizza. And you can see me spreading it around. I'm going to have to put the camera down to do this. So hopefully you'll be able to just kind of watch it like this, but I'll show you what it looks like once I've got it all on. I really need two hands for this. What I need is a tripod for the camera. That's what I need. I'll have to go to a camera store. See if I can find one. Yeah. Alright. That'll do. And I used almost the entire bag. There's a little bit left, but not much. And that's it, an 8-ounce bag, so I've got probably about 6.5 ounces of cheese on there. Alright, here we go. Now you can see the cheese. Okay, so now we put this in the oven. It's ready to go. We put this in the oven for 10 minutes at 425. And when it comes out, we get ready to eat. Now, it's at 425, and I'm using the baking element. Rack, I've got the rack placed at approximately 8 inches above the baking element. Set the timer for 10 minutes. And we are done. All we have to do now is wait for it to come out, and we're ready to eat. I'm waiting. I will try and get some of the dishes washed. I should do. I'm gonna get some music. When I made my grilled tuna, I played the soundtrack from the movie Coyote Ugly. I think this time we'll try something different. So let's see what we got here. Okay, Google, play me the soundtrack for the movie Down to Earth.
Okay.
Looks like they don't have it. Well, it sucks. Looks like they don't have the Down to Earth soundtrack. Let's try this a different way then. Okay, Google, show me a list of songs that were in the movie Down to Earth. Okay, Google, play the song Gin and Juice.
Playing music.
That's pretty funny. Need to get a jobby job.
And definitely don't let the dogs pound up in you. I mean that. And don't be messing with the 8-track.
Damn. She's hot.
So much drama in the LBC, it's kinda hard being simply no double G, but I somehow, some way keep coming up with funky ass hits like every single day. Man, I keep a little something for the G's and make a few wins as I breeze through. 2 in the morning and the 40 still jumping cause my mama ain't home. I got some words in the living room getting it on, and they ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. So what you wanna do? I got a pocket full of rubbers and my homeboys do too. So turn off the lights and close the door. But what? We don't love it, yeah. So we gon' go an ounce to this. Cheese up, freeze up for a second now. Bounce to this. Laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
For those of you that don't think that I would like a song like this, you can't see what I'm doing. Good thing too, because you'd probably say, "Whoa, don't quit your day job."
You gotta get yours before I gotta get mine. See, everything is fine when you're listening to the D.O.G. I got to cultivate the music that we captivate. Listen to the words that I speak as I take me a drink to the middle of the street. Get the wagon to the trick named Shady. She used to be my homeboy's lady.
I'll admit, I'm not a big fan of rap.
Tell that trick, please raise a
I'm a little bit like Bruce Willis in the movie The Last Boy Scout. You want to hear me scream in agony? Play some rap music. But the truth is, there are some songs, some rap songs that I do like. For example, I like the very first one ever made. I used to know the words by heart because I heard it so many times. Do you know what the very first rap song was? At least as far as I know, it was the very first. Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. That song came out back in, Jesus, what was it? Around 1979, 1980, somewhere in there. Okay, Google. Play Rough Riders by DMX.
Okay.
I remember the scene in Down to Earth when the guy he hears the music playing and he starts singing it. So here's this old white guy singing Rough Riders inside this restaurant that's filled with people of color, you know, African Americans, and they definitely take exception to him singing this song, and he gets his ass whipped. That is so hilarious. But then what do you expect? I mean, all of Chris Rock's movies, they're all good. They're all hilarious. Chris Rock, Will Smith. What's that other guy? I can't remember him. The guy that was in Rush Hour. And I'm not talking about Jackie Chan. Can't remember his name. Chris Tucker. They're all good. I really liked Eddie Murphy. I mean, no, that's not who I mean. I mean Richard Pryor. I really liked Richard Pryor. He was one of my favorite comedians. I kind of miss him. Okay, that's it. Pizza's ready to go. Time to eat. Come on. Can't get it out of the oven. Alright. Show you the finished product. And there we are. Finished product. There you go. Done to perfection. My Southwest pizza. by the Unknown Cook.